So as I said before, the melanin and so-called black people, this special type of melanin, or this higher form of intellectual of carbon, they look or peek into other realms by looking through this melanin because they know that it's still tied to other stars, that is peeking into other dimensions, that is sending information into the bodies of those who are carrying it in their physiological structure. We are not human. We are not from this earth. And DNA is not what they say it is. If you know somebody who passed away 10 years ago, right? Somebody in this world right now is carrying their fingerprints, but because you can't read the database of fingerprints and we don't get into science, you won't be able to find that friend, whether they're going to remember you or not. The soul is back. I ain't talking about the physical part of your friend. I'm talking about the aspect of the energy, the consciousness. So the great old ones are those entities that is coming in the form of energy. They can't come down in bodies. We ain't talking about some spaceships or some bullshit coming out of the sky. We're talking about some entities that's going to come in right up out of the DNA of a culture that is not from here, which we call the so-called African or the so-called black people. So we have something we call the irises in the eyes. And they have prints just like your fingerprints. And the irises of your eyes is something that carries with the soul. When it leaves this life, they go into another life so they can trace you and follow you into your next person or to the next being that you become or you reincarnate into. This is what they're doing. They need you to come back. So they entice you to go into the light. When the light, what it does is it puts you in that wheel and bring you right back to the earth so you can repeat a life that you're no longer supposed to be repeating. But the whole point of these entities on this earth is to spin the wheel to make you come back. So that the real light is the darkness for you to walk into, which cross you over to another path to elevate you to the next intellect in which you're supposed to be. So through your eye prints, or these iris prints in your eyes, right? Once you leave this earth, they can trace you into your next body when you come back to the earth by way of finding a person that have the same iris prints of the eyes that you had before you crossed over in this life. The same thing with the fingerprints. They can shut you down by taking your blood and your plasma into a facility. Once it leaves your body, by way of a morphic field, you still connected to this DNA because energy never disconnect from the body. So what do? They take your blood into these centers and they put radiation in it. And next thing you know, you got cancer, right? Or they take your blood into some facility and then they start putting artificial memory in it. And next thing you know, you done gone crazy. This is why I tell y'all, stop giving y'all DNA to these people. When these great old ones come back to the earth, and I ain't talking about some people that's riding some spaceship. Fuck the bullshit. I'm talking about a certain type of energy that's very distinct that's going to take up people's DNA in their bodies and cause them to elevate as far as perception, to see things and become a part of things that other people cannot see. And these cultures is not from this earth. This earth is not a real earth. The only reason why this earth is able to stand is because you have natural minerals that is under the earth that is keeping it up. And these minerals are magnetic. So the sun is able to have a communication or conversation with certain elements of the earth